Alright, we're back for another Dokkan Battle video, and in today's video we are going to be showcasing the LR Broly and Gogeta rotation, because I forgot to do my showcase on both of them individually, so figured last minute we could just do a showcase on them as a rotation, because surprisingly enough, they actually do kind of work. I think they share 4 out of 7 links pre-transformed, and then once they transform they share 3 out of 7 links together. However, you know, they're insane, so having Broly in slot 1 and Gogeta in slot 2, or honestly the other way around, because both of them are good slot 1 units, they're going to destroy everything. So I think this is still a rotation worth showing off, just because they do link reasonably well together, but there's better linking partners for them, and just better scenarios for them. So this video, I wouldn't even say, you know, we're going to be seeing them at like their peak performance. That's just how crazy they are, is they can still look absolutely insane, even on a random team like this. I mean, especially for Gogeta, I mean, you know, we got Goku Blacks, Zamasu's, Kid Buu's, we got a bunch of random units on here, so it's not the perfect setup for Gogeta, but regardless, he still links reasonably well with Broly, and there is still going to be a little bit of support going on with the Kid Buu and the Broly Chi-Line Lemo, so this isn't the worst team either, I'll say that. So we got the intro animation for the Broly right here. There's a lot we got to go over between Broly and Gogeta, so I'm going to go ahead and start talking about that. I mean, dude, between the both of their kits, we're going to be talking this whole video. I mean, I know that's the point of the video, is for me to talk over what's going on, but I'm going to be talking extra faster in this video because we got so much to go over. My cord has been acting up a little bit lately, so if it cuts out a little bit here and there, I do apologize in advance for that, but I'm going to try and not move my phone too much so, you know, it can stay intact. But regardless, Broly's kit. Alright, his 12 key super attack effect, he's stacking attack and then raises defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage to enemy. Obviously very good, especially because he's going to be doing a ton of additionals. So when the defense starts ramping up, yeah, his defensive stats going to start to look really impressive alongside other defensive mechanics that he has built in. So his defensive stats start of turn, it really might not seem the craziest, but I promise after he supers with, you know, he's got guaranteed guard, so in conjunction with that, he's going to be tanking, right? He's not really going to be taking that much damage. However, it's really only after he supers, so there is still going to be some issues with him. And then his 18 key, he greatly raises defense for 4 turns. He greatly stacks attack, and then obviously mega colossal damage to enemy. So good super attack effects. Both of them are stackers, the Gogeta and the Broly. The Gogeta stacks defense, the Broly stacks attack. So they're going to get better as the fight goes on between them stacking, and then between you getting their transformation. So turn 1, you know, they're not the craziest. I know that rotation right there, their defensive stats were a little lower. Their attack stats weren't insane. I mean, they did some good damage between all the additionals, especially with Broly. I think he did like 3 supers there. But that wasn't insane. But trust me, just give it a little. They get crazy. So the Broly's passive. He activates the entrance animation upon entry once only. He gets 5 key and then 100% to stats. He launches an additional attack, or no, an additional super attack for 4 turns from the character's entry turn. He gets 150% to stats. Guaranteed guard. No restrictions behind it. No high chance to guard. Guard from turn 4. Just right off the bat, guaranteed. Obviously, we love that. And then he gets 1 key per key sphere obtained, an additional 50% to attack on super, 50% defense if it's an 18 key super, and then he gets 2 key, a guaranteed additional super as the first or second attacker in a turn, and then another 6 key, and then an additional that has a high chance to become a super, and then another guaranteed super attack as the third attacker in a turn. So a ton of built-in additionals between all the defense he's getting on his 12 and 18 key. Like I said, after you super, his defensive stat is going to skyrocket. So even though start of turn, he was at like 300k, which is not the greatest, by the way, with the guaranteed guard, with the 50% defense for 4 turn on his 18 key, and then the 2 additional supers that you're probably going to get, that's giving him 30% defense, you know, it kind of works. So I don't think it's that bad. You know, I just want to get that out of the way. And yeah, as you can see here, 4 out of 7 links with the Gogeta and the Broly. Gogeta obviously has to get legendary power on super, so that's why there's only 3 links there. Broly's defense is at 426k. Alright, so after we super, we are going to be approaching 1 million defense. I think we're going to be a little bit under 1 million, so probably like 800, 900k defense with guard. So as it stands on a rotation like this, he's going to be tanking from like, what, 70% of the game, but then obviously once we start talking about the really difficult events, that might not be quite enough. But overall, that's still really good, especially because that's when, you know, he's pre-transformed. He hasn't gone into Berserker yet. And speaking of, the condition for that is you can get it from turn 5 once you get the domain. And then the domain also, he just gives Extreme Class Allies 4 key. So it's not the craziest domain effect. I think a lot of other ones give stats, which I would say is a little bit more useful. However, it's just all Extreme Class units get 4 key, which still is a really good support. I'm not downplaying it at all. And especially because this guy is one of the best Extreme Class units who you're going to be running on most Extreme Class teams he's on. Having that little support there is just another reason why he's so crazy. So that's pretty much it with Broly pre-transformed. Now we got to hurry up and go over Gogeta pre-transformed, and then we're going to transform with them and then get into all that craziness. So Gogeta. I guess we could just throw him in slot 1. Although I do want to get an 18 key with him. Okay, we'll do this. Oh, that did not drop how I wanted it to. Damn. Okay, well, we're just not getting an 18 key super with him, I guess. Alright, that sucks. So his 12 keys, he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Colossal damage. Good 12 key. You know, if this guy's going to be doing a ton of additionals, his defense is going to get really high. And then his 18 key is that he's stacking defense. Greatly raises attack for 1 turn. Mega colossal damage. So obviously, defensive stacker. That's always a great thing. That means that really in any event, as long as it goes the length or the distance, his defensive stat's going to look really crazy. Then his passive, he gets 2 key, 154% to stats. He gets attacks effective against all types, and then an additional 100% to stats on super. Guaranteed guard for 3 turns from the character's entry turn. 1 key per type key sphere obtained, and then an extra 2 key for a rainbow key sphere. He randomly changes a key sphere of a certain type, physical excluded, to rainbow key spheres, so an orb changer. That's very good. Specifically with the Blue Kaioken Goku and the Evolution Blue Vegeta, who are going to be getting their EZA during Anniversary as well. Both of these guys are physical, and they're both rainbow orb changing. So if you want to run them as a rotation, that could probably be pretty crazy, just because you're going to have a lot of physical orbs, and then you're going to be giving the Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta the rainbow orbs, which they really need in their kit to get damage reduction and stuff like that. So just a ton of setups with both of these units. I mean, more specifically Gogeta because he's on more teams. But him being a Rainbow Orb Changer is just a great example of why you can kind of throw him on whatever team and he's going to be good. And then I guess Broly's case would be that Extreme Class support. You could kind of throw him on whatever Extreme Class team and he's going to look really impressive and make everyone else look a lot impressive with that 4-key support. Anyway, sorry, I'm kind of yapping. He gets an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super, and then launches an additional super attack with 1 Rainbow Key Sphere. I mean, considering he's Rainbow Orb changing, I think you're going to get that fairly often, which is obviously very good. So, a lot of additionals with Gogeta, which is going to benefit him massively because of, you know, him getting 50% to stats on his 12-key super. And then he's not really going to struggle with key, so you're going to be able to get the 18-key super, which is going to help him, obviously, you know, get that defensive stack in. Even though we didn't get the 18-key super on that previous turn, but we had, like, horrible key sphere luck, which I guess can still happen, right? It's an RNG-based game, so you're going to get rotations like that. Just kind of sucks, but most of the time, you should be alright with him, especially considering he's Rainbow Orb changing. Now, I'm a little worried about the Goku Black in Slot 3. This isn't really a difficult event, but he just sucks, so he still might struggle in here. I know after this, we're probably going to go in a... I don't know. We could do like a Majin Buu Saga Red Zone stage. I know those are fairly difficult. We'll figure something out. But we're going to have to switch the team up a lot because I want to put a lot more like broken units on here. Because, I don't know, the STR Goku Black, he's probably not going to be able to work in like an actual difficult event. Who else do we have? Well, I mean, you know what? I guess everyone else could be good. Kid Buu obviously got a super easy A. He's insane. Broly, Chinlan, Lemo, great support. They got dodge built in as well. So we might be able to make this team work. We definitely have to replace this guy right here. But other than that, it was a pretty good team. He's a support, though, so that's mainly why I brought him on the team. I think he supports Extreme Class for 3-key and 50% attack. So Gogeta's not really benefiting from his support. But he's definitely benefiting from Kid Buu's support. So on this rotation right here, yeah, we're going to be looking good. Broly got sealed. Do I have a Sensu Bean? God damn it. Alright, no, I don't. I gotta start bringing those, man. We're gonna transform with Gogeta, but we're not with Broly. Even though I guess we could, technically. Yeah, we'll just do the animation here just to get it in the video. And then we'll look at his supers on the next turn with the other Broly. Because obviously he's gonna transform. Well, as long as he doesn't get sealed. I mean, he could get sealed as well. Although we're probably gonna kill on this rotation, so we should be chilling. Okay, now we got to start going over the essays of their transformations. We started off with Broly on their pre-transform, so I guess we can start off with Gogeta after they transform now. So Gogeta, his super attack effects on his 12 key is that he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, colossal damage to enemy. His 18 key is that he massively raises attack for 4 turns, and then causes mega colossal damage to enemy. So obviously that's very good. No defense on his 18 key, however, he is getting 100% attack for 4 turns, so that's still good. I know with a lot of units, typically, if they don't get defense on super, it's like, okay, that's just a bad super attack effect, but I don't know, I'd say Gogeta's kind of excused here. By the way, Broly is at almost 700k defense, and he's going to get a ton of stats on super, and he has guaranteed guard. Trust me, that's good. That's really, really good. Granted, we do have a little bit of support here, so, you know, you're going to want to keep that in mind, but with Gogeta, the start of his passive, he gets 54% HP regeneration. God damn, that was a 14 million attack stat, by the way. So he recovers 54% HP for 4 turns from character's entry turn. So that's not just a one-time thing. On the next turn, we're also going to heal 54% HP. That's really crazy. He gets 3 key and 200% the stats. That's very good. He gets attacks effective against all types and then plus an additional 100% the stats on super. So basically his stats are just doubling. So his defense right there, even though it looked a little low start of turn, it got much higher. And then he gets 2 key per key sphere obtained. Randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, physical excluded, to physical key spheres. He launches an additional attack when attacking. And then launches another additional super attack with a rainbow key sphere obtained. Great chance of dodge. And then chance of performing a critical hit plus 20% with every attack evaded. And then he's got a great chance to nullify enemies' Ki Blast supers. And then counter with tremendous power. So we're talking dodge, nullifications, reasonably high defensive stats after he supers, because then he's got this, and then he's going to get a couple of these. I would say that's pretty good, man. I mean, look, not as crazy as like Beast or UI Goku, right? That's undoubtable. I would even argue maybe Broly's a little bit better than this guy. I don't know. There's an argument to be made there, but he's still pretty good, dude. Between the orb changing, between the heal, you got to take everything into consideration with this guy. He's great. Now, we can't get the transformation off with this Broly, so whatever. I guess we're just going to play it off like this. Yeah, 3 out of 7 links, and we're going to get some support because we're going to get some STR key spheres. Okay, yeah, this isn't a bad rotation for Broly, so we'll get this final rotation with him pre-transformed. And once this fight is over, we'll just hop into, like, I don't know, I guess the turn when both of them are transformed, so I don't want to waste your guys' time just seeing them pre-transformed again. Because even though this is still a good couple turns where you're going to have them pre-transformed, right, because you can't get it until turn 4 or 5, still, you know, their performance is good enough to survive up until they transform, and then they get really crazy. Very similar to, like, the 5th year anniversary LRs if you played when they released. Obviously, you know, you could still use them. You know, they had the dodge, they had decent stats during their time of release, but then once you transformed, they were really crazy. I mean, it's like that with most units, but it's specifically the case with the Broly and the Gogeta. Which, by the way, let me know in the comments, which banner are you guys going to summon on first? I'm thinking probably Broly. There's just a lot of LRs I need on his banner because they got really good leader skills. I'm trying to build my account back up, if you're not aware. I restarted my Dokkan account a couple months ago. But, I don't know, man. Gogeta's banner, he's pretty good, man. I mean, well, his banner isn't really as good as the Broly's, but Gogeta himself, I mean, he would be a pretty useful unit to have. I'll say that. Alright, this rotation right here. God damn it. He got locked. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't bring a Senzu Bean. That was just the stupidest move on my end. So, whatever. Is what it is. We got the active skill right here. Let's go ahead and pop that. And then we can go over, you know, the Broly's kit and everything. Yeah, I guess we can just use it right now. We're going to have 4 out of 7 links. Or, I guess, technically not legendary power because we only get that on super. So his active skill, the actual effect is that it massively raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage to enemy, and then character intercepts and evades all attacks for 1 turn. So, in a nutshell, it's the target mechanic, but he's got guaranteed dodge. So, unless the event or the enemy cancels dodge, this is basically like the perfect turn. All the attacks are coming towards him, and he's got guaranteed dodge. So, all the attacks are being dodged on this rotation right here. So, that's what I'm saying. Like, on a rotation like this, he's looking like damn near one of the best units on the game. Because you are guaranteed to take no damage. Which is obviously, it's basically a Ghost Usher, right? Which is obviously very useful. yeah, Broly's really getting the short end of the stick here. We got to rotate him off, but it is what it is. We can just showcase the Broly on the next turn, who's probably going to have a better setup anyway, because we'll have him next to Broly, Chila, and Lemo. But I do want to see the Gogeta's attack stat right here, because we got a 24 key super, decent amount of links activated, just overall pretty solid rotation. Yeah, and then Goku Black, meh. I already said how I felt about this guy. You know, he's meh. See, look at that, man. Dodge and everything. Imagine if they would have given this guy counters on his dodge. A turn like this, nothing would have survived. So 13 million. I think that was closer to 14. Keep in mind, crits, additionals, all that. Yeah, okay. That's a lot of damage. Actually, we did build up numerous crit chances because we get the 20% chance to crit every time we dodge. And, of course, it was a target mechanic, and we dodged every attack. So I'm pretty sure that was like a guaranteed crit right there. And all the additionals are as well. And, dude, these animations, that KO screen. It's not the best KO screen in the game, but goddamn is it close. I still think UI Goku's is by far and away the best in the game, but that's not bad, man. That's not bad. Oh, that's it. All right, sorry, Broly. We're just not looking at you transformed. Well, on that note, I guess let's go ahead and cut to transformed Broly, just so we can see how he's looking. We'll go over his kit, and then we'll probably call it a video. All right, we're back. We are in stage 4 of the Majin Buu Saga Red Zone event, fighting Kid Buu. Now, look, I know technically we don't have Gogeta on this rotation, but I've just been getting so lucky. I just want to showcase Broly. All right, we looked at Gogeta already. I want to showcase full power Broly now, or full power Super Saiyan Broly. We're gonna pop a Senzu Bean, heal up a little. I guess we could do this. Go ahead and put Broly, Chila, and Lemo in slot 1. Let them get their support. All the craziness with them, dude. Once you get so many Keysters with them, it just, yeah, they're crazy. Pretty sure they have guaranteed dodge on this rotation. So that's just on top of everything else they got going on. Broly's got a pretty good setup right here, though. Support, a lot of links activated. I should have checked. His defense, I think, was almost 700k. So after we super, of course, we're going to be well over 1 million defense. And then also we have guaranteed guard. So I guess we can go ahead and get into the specifics of his kit. His 12 key, he gets 30% attack and defense for 1 turn. Colossal damage to all enemies. So his 12 key is an AoE. Not that that's really going to benefit you a whole lot. I mean, I guess for like Super Battle Road and World Tournament, AoEs are good. But by the time you get this transformation, those events, you're not going till the turn when you get this guy's transformation. They're wrapping up sooner than that. Maybe in Super Battle Road, you might be able to make some use out of it. But most of the time, it's not really going to have that much of a benefit to you. Almost 20 million there. I'm not going to ignore that. That was very crazy. So his 18 key, he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and then causes mega colossal damage to enemy. Obviously, that's very good. His super attack effects, I mean, look at a turn like this. This is our second super. What was that? Almost 14 million. I mean, we're doing so much damage. He's just dead. I haven't even talked about his passive yet. He's just already dead. All right, well, you guys are going to have to stare at his card art or something while I yap about the rest of his kit, because that was insane. He just obliterated him. I mean, I know we got a lot of other really crazy units on the team, you know, Cell Max, Merge Zamasu, all that, but Broly basically carried all the damage right there. So, yeah, man, Broly, he's good. I know Beast Gohan is the main attraction of the anniversary, but I'm telling you, Broly, if your extreme class teams, or if the extreme class side of your box is looking weak, this guy would be an amazing addition to it. Okay, so this guy gets 6 key, 300% the stats. He gets guaranteed guard and then an additional 1 key per key sphere obtained, and then reduces damage received by 26% before attacking while the domain is activated. He gets an additional 50% attack when attacking, and then an additional 50% defense when receiving an attack. He launches an additional super attack when attacking, and then chance of performing a critical hit plus 26% on super. And then he launches another super attack and chance of performing a critical hit plus 26% when performing an ultra super attack. And then he launches an additional super attack when key is 24. Yeah, he's good. That's about all I got for you. Oh yeah, I guess we can go over his domain. I was about to end the video right there because yeah, that's all I got to say. Yeah, he's just good. Anyway, his domain. Extreme class allies and enemies get 10% to stats, an additional 10% to characters who belong in Exploding Rage movie bosses, and then he increases damage received by super class allies and enemies by 10%. So a good unit all around, man. Good support with the domain. Good defensive unit, good offensive unit. Same things to be said with Gogeta. Summon on their banners, they're both good. That's been the video. 9th year anniversary, man. Whole new wave of power creep.